What's up? We in this thing one more time. It's your boy, Fonzy, really, Mr. FFTV himself, here for another FFTV Magazine Interview. And when I tell you, we about to drop some jewels, I wouldn't be this fresh if we wasn't about to drop some jewels. Do you dig me? So we about to get started with that man Arnold Taylor. I just want to go through some of that South Coast music group music for a second.
Made a couple million off the iPhone, money got my mind gone, got these niggas looking like who that? A lot of niggas wonder how you do that. Self-made nigga and you knew that.
I ain't a fake friend, I'm a real friend. If they spinning, I'ma kill shit. Is it bad? I don't know what it is. They say love is not with the mind, say it's with the heart.
Say that I cap in my rap, but really I don't give a fuck. I don't. The bitch, you pussy and punk. If I say it's up, then I mean it. Good luck. And I'ma say it one time, I'm not a rap bitch. Not even though
I keep my fire on, so trust the one I want. Text say why you not home.
But also growing his brand on his own, which would eventually lead to a short tour in 2016. That same year, Dababy would drop 2 more tapes, God's Work and God's Work Resurrected. But it wouldn't be until he teamed up with Arnold Taylor of South Coast Music Group label that things would really start happening. Being a big-time radio promoter, Taylor not only helped Dababy get some airtime, but also really took his career to the next level.
Let's go ahead and bring Arnold in on the live. Hey, there he is right there, the man himself.
What's up? What's
Taylor,
good?
how sir?
Out here in these Miami streets, you know, it don't stop. How you doing?
I know it don't stop, man. I know it don't stop. How you holding up in the corona and this crazy pandemic we're going through?
I'm masked up. You see what I got on? Come on now, stop playing.
That's a fact. That's how you gotta be. Well, I know that you're a man and you got plenty of stuff going on. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with you, and I'm not gonna hold you too long. I'm a super fan of yours because I feel like I'm in the same type of position. So I always want to get started by saying the music industry is not all about artists. So talk to some of these people about coming up and not being an artist and being in the music industry.
I think for me, man, it's really about, you know, it's a lot of things in the music business you can do than be an artist. I just had a conversation the other day on another seminar that I did. I think the problem is, you know, people look at the rap and the limelight of what comes with an artist, and I forget, like, I didn't start off, I've never been an artist. I've always wanted to be behind the scenes and street teams and marketing and promotions, but I never wanted to be an artist. So some people, they do different things in their business, but they really want to be an artist. I think if you want to be an artist, you should be an artist, but it's so many other ways that's lucrative, that's energetic, that's career driven, that you can have a great time in the music business and not be, you know, in the front. You can still be behind the scenes, but really add a lot of value to the music business. And I think it's a weakness in this, it's a shortage of that. We need more. We need more.
Correct. And see, I think the exact same way. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do, is because I wanted to show artists that it's other ways than just being an artist. So, you know, along with that, right, I want to talk about how much you get people asking you on signing them, right? Because I know you get that every day. So I want to talk to some of the artists about the best ways to approach actually trying to get into this music industry.
I mean, I think you gotta get hot yourself. I mean, you know, when people are being aggressive, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive on signing you, you know, on you signing them instead of you calling them and you finding them. Because I still check my emails, I still check my DMs, I still hit you back. I ain't Hollywood. I'm in it. I don't sit up and do CEO stuff. I'm right here with you. I gotta drive the bus. Let's drive the bus. It don't really matter to me. I mean, I come from nothing, so I don't need to get Hollywood to feel like I'm successful. So in saying that, I think you have to get hot yourself, get your socials hot, you know, make sure you get your YouTube hot. Things that don't cost a lot of money, you gotta just put it out, put music out. just get noticed, get awareness. Because at the end of the day, right now, with the whole digital movement that we have, it's very easy to get noticed. Not like it was in my day. You had to wait for a label to call you and play your demo. You know what I mean? So now it's really, you can be in your living room making content and videos and somebody can notice you. So yeah, so I think it's easier now. So I get a lot, and there's nothing wrong with people hitting you up and trying to get signed. I love it. But I also think that you got to bring something to the table as well. And I should be just as excited to talk to you as you are to talk to me.
That's a fact. So speaking on that, what are some of the things that you like to see? Is it numbers? Because we hear that numbers are very important in the music industry. So how important are numbers to you? And or is that something that artists should be looking toward?
They are important, and that's the problem. That's the difference between South Coast Music Group and what I build. I develop artists. Every artist I've ever signed was never really streaming before I signed them. Because if you build it, they will come. You know what I mean? So, but most labels sit on the internet trying to find out who's streaming. And if that's your philosophy, and that's what you do that. But then you're going to find more songs than more artists. I can go find a song that's streaming. I mean, you can go, you know, in the woods and start chopping down trees, and it's going to stream because it's interesting. It don't mean that we got fans. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
Yeah, video can go viral, but I don't really care about the numbers per se at first. I care about the artist and how you work in the studio, your personality. Can you mentally handle what's ahead of you? You know what I mean? Can you make records? I mean, streaming is just playlisting and really getting you in front of the audience. Anything can catch. You ain't really doing nothing special to get something that's streaming. It's gonna catch or it's not gonna catch.
That's a fact. So it's funny that you say that, right? Because I've had, ever since we kind of broadcasted that we were going to be going live with you, right? I had so many people in my inbox. One I'll actually name Dondre Griffin. He's actually an artist out of North Carolina.
Right.
And he does the same type of music that's kind of like R&B style. Mm-hmm. So is that something that you're kind of looking forward to? Because I've noticed with like Toosii, number one, his sound is real popular. So is that something that you're kind of looking at with artists?
I mean, I'm a label. I'm a full-fledged label. I'm not a full-fledged urban label. I'm not a full-fledged R&B label or hip-hop label. I'm a full-fledged label. So I look for artists, and I never really signed the same type of artists. Baby's different from Toosii. BlaccZacc's different from Baby. Tia Corinne's different from Big Molly. You know what I mean? Everyone is different. I'm not trying to find another artist that I've already have. So yes, I want R&B. I want pop. You know what I'm saying? I want Afro beats. I want, Latin culture. My dad's from Miami. My mom's from Carolina. So I have a lot of different cultures in me. So I think by the end of the day, I just want hot artists. So yes, if you got something hot, send it to me. I'm not, stuck on one genre of music to actually answer your question.
Yeah, that's exactly answers the question. So alongside of that, right, you've been able to notice so much talent. Like the artists that you just named, everybody is super, super talented. So talk about some of the things that you've been able to do with each artist and having so many talented artists. Is that something that's been kind of challenging for you, or does it only add to it?
No, and I've been doing this my whole life. I say it comes easy for me because it's not an easy business. But I've been signing artists my whole life, no different than taking Yo Gotti to Epic or signing Cash Out or working with Future when he started, or working with Timbaland back in the days. I've always had the ear to sign superstars because I don't really like nothing but superstars or somebody who has the potential to be a superstar. You know what I mean? Right. Just being real. I don't really care for the person that just want to make regional records or one-hit records, and that's not the business I'm in. I'm not in that volume business. I'm in the business of developing real superstars. You know what I mean? Does that mean everybody's gonna be a superstar? No. But I think that my ears are just different because I've always been around like producers and executives that really was big on signing artists and looking for different things. So I was doing this before. So for me, I just look for different qualities of superstars, and I think that's always going to be the difference between South Coast because we just don't look for the same thing everybody else is looking for. And that comes without looking for songs, looking for real artists. I think that when you're looking for streams and you're on the internet, you're going to find just that. So that's why I've been so lucky in finding, the talent that I found because I'm really particular about who I sign to the brand of SCMG. And I'm just, I want to make sure that it makes a lot of sense for what we got going on as well,
Right. And see, speaking on the brand, right? How focused are you? Actually, I don't even want to know how focused. I want to know how has it seemed to be recognized? Because, before I think you're in the back, and of course you're in the background now, but I think your face is so noticeable now, especially ever since Dababy. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you're more noticeable now?
Yeah, I mean, my South Coast marketing was bigger than South Coast Music Group. I mean, I still was working a lot of records for a lot of labels and artists, and because I still like the marketing aspect of how can I break a song whether you sign to me or not. So that's still a department that I have in my office. My first person that I really hired from a label was a marketing person, head of marketing. I could have got PR, AR, A&R, and a bunch of different things. I think for me though, it's a little weird because I've always been a behind the scenes guy. You know what I mean? My name was bigger than my face when I started talking in the room and tell people who I am. Oh, you Arnold, man, you did this and that. I worked with you before. Now, when I'm out, and my daughter was just out in Miami, and then somebody ran up on me, just like, talking, but more like a respect. People run up on me more so for respect because, it ain't really like, bro, what you want to harm me for? Because I'm here to help. You know what I mean? So it ain't like, they're not really running up on me like rappers. They're running up on me like an executive with respect. So it's a little different for me because I'm not really a person that really like the limelight. You know what I mean? Right. And everybody want to have a camera in your face. I remember around artists and they know me and they know my face, but it come with the territory. So I know I had to do a little bit more, to get myself out there from a facial standpoint because everybody, they may love South Coast Music Group and SCMG brand, but they really want to know who Arnold Taylor is as well. You know what I mean? And that's the nosy part of social media. So, I mean, I'm adapting to it. I'm adapting to the non-privacy because I'm a very private person. That's something that I've never been a fan of is not having your privacy. I like quiet money, I like to keep it quiet.
I do. Now, alongside of that, right, because a lot has been going on lately, especially in this music industry.
Right.
So I want to know, especially from your point of view, how do you worry? Do you worry much about the artists that you have? Is that something that you try to instill in them and put things in place? Or is it something that you just try to hope that you characterize somebody good enough to where they'll do what they're supposed to do?
I worry about everybody. I mean, I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. My daughter's 18, my son's 15. I worry about my artists the same way I worry about my kids. You know what I mean? I'm big bro to them. You know what I mean? I don't try to be daddy because they got their own parents. I try to be big bro because you signing kids. I got artists that's 18 and I got artists that's, 28. So at the end of the day, for me, it's like I worry about my artists as people and their well-being and their mental because it's a lot to come with it. I can make you a superstar and you can give me records all day, but if your mental isn't good, how long is it really going to last? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I'd be less human if I didn't worry about the actual people. Like I'm in the process of putting together therapists for my artists to where they can talk about their mental health and talk about, their childhood and why they're making these great records and where that came from, as well as helping them get, their financials in orders, paying their taxes. Like, we just different over here, man. Like, we family at SCMG, so we ain't really like just trying to get all the, hot records out of you and make a lot of money. And then 10 years from now, you see these artists working at Burger King and not investing in money. All my artists are going to be super wealthy, having their own, restaurants and real estate and paying their taxes. And because if you don't do that, it still affects me. It looks like I took the money, so it's important that I teach you how to spend the money once you make the money, how to save the money, how to invest the money.
Right. Now, see, that's huge there. Okay, so let's jump to BlaccZacc, right? Because I'm a huge BlaccZacc fan.
Oh, he's
One of
crazy.
my artists, Supreme, the one who I've got on the wall here, he's actually opening up for BlaccZacc in Columbia
Okay.
on the 21st. So
Okay.
I cannot wait for that show. BlaccZacc in his hometown. I mean, I can't imagine. So let's talk BlaccZacc for a second. When did you get a hold of BlaccZacc? Because I actually been following him for some years now. So I want to know, when was the first time you started getting heat of BlaccZacc?
People don't even realize, man. Like, man, I can talk about BlaccZacc all day. That's the most respected artist trapper I got. Like, he was making money before, and like, you know,
Right.
I met him with Beezy. You know, his right hand Beezy, who runs his label with him, DME. Zach actually was signed before Baby. People don't realize that. I signed Zach and Baby around the same time. But I knew Zach a little bit before the Baby because I worked the record that he had with Dolph. But the thing is, with Zach, I was trying to break an artist from North Carolina and South Carolina at the same time. That's why I was one of the first people that started really saying Carolinas and not North and South. Because I knew it's a state. People refer, like, from other places as North Carolina, South Carolina. They don't refer to it. They don't say Charlotte or Raleigh or Greensboro or Columbia. They always say, yeah. And I never understood why they always call my city a state and not a city. Because if I go to D.C., I might say DMV, but I'm going to say D.C. or I'm going to say Baltimore or I'm going to say Richmond or whatever part of VA I'm in, you know, part of DMV I'm in. With me, Zach is so special because, you know, like I said, I signed God of the Epics. So I've always been big on trappers, and that's where I come from, bro. You know, I'm from the streets, and I've always been big on the Jeezys, the Gucci's, the Gottis, and the people that can carry their own weight and self-made men in the street and can turn it into a business. So Zach was the guy I wanted to make sure him and Baby kind of go at the same time. You know, sometimes the streets call you differently, though. You know what I mean? So, so and it's too hard. It's hard to break two hearts at the same time as well. I think Baby's timing was just, you know, a little bit more, because Baby's a little bit more animated and more like has a personality on camera. Zach's more serious, laid back. So to me, Zach has been one of my idols, man. And as an artist, I was a fan of his just in the way he was moving. And when I worked his record. So I signed Zach same time I signed Baby. So really, you know, just taking him to Interscope and just making sure he's gotten here and we still growing it, to me is a dream come true for me because I just like what he was doing, and I like real made men that respect, you know, the hustle of them doing their own thing. Like, he didn't really need me to do nothing but just come in and chime in. You know what I mean? So I respect that. I respect it.
And see, what's crazy about that, see, my artist Supreme, he reminds me a lot of BlaccZacc. I actually, when I interviewed Zach, I told him that because my artist is coming in with his own money. You know, he doesn't really need too much. He just needs that guidance and that push to the right places. So he reminded me a lot of Zach. Okay, so now I want to talk Toosii, right? Because I think he may be the next #1 artist in the world.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
you know, I always often wonder, when you have an artist moving like that, how does it feel? Like, what is the feeling of seeing somebody again? Because you watch the same thing. It's like almost like a repeat last week. It's like watching.
You know what, man? If I was an emotional guy, I might shed a little tear right now for y'all. You know, but I can't do that. I ain't no emotional guy. But I think that I think for me, man, it's overwhelming, like, joy that run through my veins when I know I can get him from here to here, and I can promise, you know, what I promised you and your mom. I can fulfill that obligation. That means a lot to me. All my artists' moms I'm close to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're close to. So as many artists as I've broke before with the labels, for the labels, now I'm breaking it for myself. People still think I got lucky with Baby. It's crazy. It's a crazy business. Is it? We're in the entertainment business, bro. It's the only business where you got to prove yourself every time. And to me, not only am I breaking another artist, I broke another artist in the pandemic, and God bless anybody that was affected by the pandemic. You
I'm
know,
telling
I
you.
signed him 2 years ago, and I'm breaking him at a whole different partnership. He's not on Interscope, he's in Capital. So not only can the builder not take credit, and I'm talking my shit right now, 'cause I'm humble. But sometimes you gotta talk your
Right.
shit. You know,
Right.
if I'm breaking them in two different buildings, so it's my formula with the artist's hard work. Nobody can take that away from you, and it's two totally different types of artists. And he don't sound like Baby. He don't have no
Nope.
he don't have no features from no other artist. He's his
Nope.
own lane, his own genre, and guess what? We're breaking them, so nobody can take that away from you. So I'm more excited about that. Like, stop playing. You know, to stop playing what we're doing.
Yeah, because I definitely think that was probably the biggest accomplishment from third party looking in. It's like, man, he's done it again. And then he did it with an artist that's not even hip hop, even though he is hip hop. Of course he is.
Right.
But I mean, he's not stuck in a box.
No, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
He is like so well rounded, so female. Because, you know, I always say females push a lot of sales. And when you can get the female audience behind you, it's like that's like half the battle itself. So
I'm gonna chime in on that. Not to interrupt you. I haven't
go ahead.
I haven't had a rapper that maybe like Future. When I was working with Future, they had like a lot of females. But Toosii got like Chris Brown fans. Like he get off stage and they rip his shirt off. Rappers really don't have females going crazy for them like that. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And don't get it twisted. He hip hop. I met a kid that was doing freestyles in a car and learned how to make songs and melodic songs. He's originally from Syracuse, New York, by way of Raleigh, North Carolina. He can rap. He can rap with the best of them now. You saw the Flex interview.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me look. I got
more.
Yeah.
Listen, all right, it's all you, bro.
Look, hey, say. You probably think I'ma crash out, spend everything that I'm giving my last out. You want a nigga to ass out. I hit the stage and them little bitches pass out. I wasn't taking the class route. I was out skipping, got rich off the fast road. Now I go shop, pop a tag now. Before it was gang, we had nothing but flags out. Street nigga need me a mail, I'm a hustler. Upgrade the challenge, I hop in the Tesla. I was 19, had a 2019, she won't get in my whip, but she give me the neck. I got 4 eyes like I'm Dexter. I see it all, won't believe me, I fess up. I say that shit with my chest up. That's how you do it, don't answer no questions. Who you gonna call when the Reaper come? I did my dirty, had repercussions. Ain't in the streets no more, but it's smoke that we bringing out big shit. We the Russians, know the boys on the east kinda scared of a nigga. We spin on they block, they don't see it coming. Just pull out them hollows, they go from hollow. It ain't no point in you dumb.
Yeah, so
when y'all did that, when y'all the truth or dare, he said, does he rap better? He was true, telling the truth.
Talking crazy on me, man.
Are you better at rapping than singing?
Yes. True.
Listen, man. Listen, that dude can spit with the best of them and then go do a love song because he's 20 years old. That's his era. He don't have to be in no box, and none of my artists have to be in a box. It's no different than Baby being Baby. Then I go do a song with Dua Lipa, go do a song with Camila Cabella, and then come back and do something ghetto and trap. Just don't let him put you in a box, bro. Ain't no boxes over here. So Toosii is so talented. His records are so big. I had to dumb him down just so it wouldn't go over their head, bro. But he's got a crazy female follower.
That's a fact, because that's one thing that I was kind of trying to allude to is he's like super skyrocketed, and sometimes that can also be kind of detrimental for it, because they always say you don't want to set the bar too high. You want to keep going. Even though I'm a huge Nipsey fan, and Nip always said his problem was he never set goals high enough.
Real talk. Yep.
Sometimes, but it's always one of those things that it's just, I'm grateful, super proud to say it, to see it and everything. I mean, no matter what. Now, before I let you go, we got 2 people that are asking questions here, so I want to see.
Let's do it.
What they're saying, but it didn't say anything, so never mind. So we let's keep going, but I want to finish up. So let's talk about the corona, right, and the pandemic.
Right.
How has that adjusted the way that you do things as far as marketing standpoint, and are you doing kind of on the same program?
I mean, I come from marketing, man, so it's making me readjust, how I do business overall. I can't do marketing outside, so I got to find out how to do marketing from a digital standpoint. I got to find out how to make it look bigger and do videos in the living room and not the club, in front of your house. You know what I mean? I got to bring that audience into where they believe what we're doing, which works. You know, I give Toosii a lot of credit. He don't really like going to the club like that. So he's a guy that'll shoot a video in his living room and make you.
Right.
I'm a guy who thinks outside of the box. I'm not a guy who takes the easy route. So marketing for me, that I have a marketing background, I think it helps me because people that don't have a marketing background, they shut down during the pandemic. They didn't know what to do. Me, it's internet. It's a great thing in life called the internet. So I feel bad my artists can't do shows because it's dangerous and we got to wait it out. We all got affected.
Right.
My artists losing
Right.
a lot of money on shows right now. But you got brands, you got Adidas, you got Nike, you got, you know, liquor brands, you got, you know, a lot of different brands you can do and certain things you can do just to make that artist aware, you know. You have certain features you can do with other artists that you probably wouldn't have done. To me, I just think that sorry guys, this plane's coming. To me, I just think that at the end of the day, you know, we've been able to think outside of the box and not do traditional record label things. So that's probably why people call us pandemic proof. And the fact that we pandemic proof, we just didn't let it stop our hustle. We took the negative and made it positive. You know what I mean? So I don't think that we weren't irresponsible. We wasn't out doing, you know, non-COVID friendly things. We kept working. I saw a lot of people start working and just stop. And I needed to keep working and to keep having ideas and to keep coming up with concepts and to keep putting out albums. Because I'm like, people sitting at home, now's the time to put out music, honestly, because they really focusing and paying attention now. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you. Yup.
Hey, you mean all over the place. The pandemic made everybody slow down.
Yup.
It made us all slow down. It made us all get focused on what's important. It made us spend more time with our kids, our girlfriends, our wives, our husbands, you know, respect people a lot more. You know what I mean? You might have been racial. You might have been a little racist guy. You might not even be racist no more. You know?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
You just
Not right now.
Yeah, you just seen something happen that nobody ever thought would happen. So to me, it's like, you know, we all think different and we all look at life different now. You know what I mean? So that's how I run my label. And that's why I've been able to really stay afloat, because I just don't think outside of the box, you know. And I always think outside of the box, anyway. And I'm not the guy who is just complacent and trying to follow the guidelines of what's already been done, you know?
Right. Well, Arnold, I want to finish up by asking, are there any other artists that you're bringing out anytime soon that you would want to, you know, give us a little trouble?
You already know, man. You see what Baby's doing. You know, I'm so proud of that kid. He's a superstar. You see what Toosii's doing right now. You know, BlaccZacc is on his way, and he represents for all the trappers, represent for a whole state that ain't been on yet. We got to get South Carolina the same as we got North Carolina. Tia Corinne, super excited about Tia Corinne at TIACORINE. Tia Corinne is my Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She's my two females I want to bring up, Tia Corinne and Big Molly. Tia Corinne, you know.
Tia Corinne and Big Mally. I interviewed Big Mally Monday and Tia Corinne about a week ago.
Wonderful. So those are my two females, man. I want to break a female. I know females are winning right now. I think, you know, we need that. I signed Big Molly first as my first lady. She's 18 years old from Henderson, North Carolina. She can spit with the best of them. She rap better than these guys. She rap better than these guys out here. Ain't nobody touching Big Molly for lyrics. You know, so she's special. We just dropped her project, you know, Gangsta Talk, doing really good. We just dropped Tia Corinne's project, 34 Corinne. Just came out as an EP. It was out a couple of months ago. We're going to probably do something coming up with that that's really special. She's urban Doja Cat, female Uzi Verb, Playboy Cardi. She got a bunch of different vibes, and she got a vibe. It's just a vibe that just out and relevant right now. I call it I call it spaceship music.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, we always laugh when I talk about that, but I think my two females are totally different, but they're next to me, and then I got a lot of other stuff that I got my eye on, and I'm just waiting you know, to see if it pokes its head above a certain degree that I want to put the brand on and really work it to a certain point. So, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Well, Arnold, I appreciate you spending your time dropping these jewels. You know, that's the one thing that my interviews kind of focus on, is just trying to drop as much knowledge as we possibly can. Hopefully I'll see you at the 21st for BlaccZacc's concert. I know you're a busy man, got plenty of things going on, but we will be there covering live the whole event, bringing it straight to YouTube right after that.
No, I'm
But
gonna try to
Arnold,
make it. I'm gonna definitely try to make it. You know,
must right here for you.
you already know, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna try to see you in South Cac, but I appreciate your support, man. Whatever you need from the SCMG brand, we here, bro. Let us know what you need.
Hey, that's all that's needed, just the stamp. I appreciate you. Go keep great, my brother. You a living legend. I look up to you.
My man, I appreciate it, man. It means so much. Thanks so much for having me.
All right.
All right, bro.
Well, everybody, we just brought you the best combo that you could actually ever ask for, right? That's the best information you could possibly get. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all the questions. When I popped them up, none was there. And then when we came back, they was all gone. But we super appreciate all of this. You know, I appreciate everything that you did, everything that you do. Shout out to the best PR in the world, Brianka. Shout out to my PR, Delisha Lefford. If there's anything that you can do this. Tune in next at 7 o'clock. We got Madison J. Do you hear me? Fresh off the XXL magazine, fresh off doing the Reebok commercial. When I tell you, I can't stop talking about this man. I've known him for a long time. The first video I seen was called Psycho. It did 1 million views. I cannot wait to talk to this young brother. I will see you soon. We out. FFTV Magazine.
FFTV.